Alright, guys, so Bisbing was actually just talking about how he thinks that Sean Strickland and Darren Till would be a huge fight, and for some reason, Sean Strickland is the one that's turning it down. I would have never expected Sean Strickland to turn down any fight, and Darren Till, I'm surprised why he is even saying Sean Strickland's name. I think he should know a little bit better than that. He's not going to get much off beating Sean Strickland. I mean, he would because Sean Strickland is a rising star. I think Sean Strickland is definitely one of the future. His name's gonna be big in the future for sure. With that being said, I think it wouldn't be smart for Darren. I don't think Darren really has a way of beating Sean. The only way I would see is if he knocked him out, and it's not happening. He's not knocking Sean out. Sean's game is defense. So I don't see why he would even say Sean Strickland's name. It doesn't make sense to me, but it would be so much fun for the fans. It would be interesting in the press conferences. And on top of that, it would just be super interesting, yeah, to see them go up against each other in a fight. I do see it going Sean Strickland's way. The reason why is because Darren honestly has a lot of holes in his game. I hate to say that because Darren would kill me in a fight, but Darren has a lot of holes in his game that he doesn't seem like he really wants to fix. I think he believes in himself a lot more than he really should. And I hate to say that because he is a crazy athlete. This dude really should believe in himself. But just like any true champion, there is holes in your game at all times. Everyone has holes in the games, even the real champions, but they are working to fix them at all times. Just like a George St. Pierre. George St. Pierre would, I would assume he would watch film of himself because just like any martial artist knows, if you watch film of yourself, you'll see the little holes and you'll see the mistakes that you're making. That's the best way any martial artist could get better. That's how I learned. That's how I learned the jab. That's how I learned the spinning back kick. That's how I learned anything, is just by watching myself do it wrong a few times and analyzing how I was doing it wrong. But Darren, Darren, realistically, I was really expecting him to have a bright future in the UFC, and I still think he could. He is young. He really could reinvent himself, but the way to do that is if he was taking some lighter challenges, not Sean Strickland's. I don't think Sean Strickland is gonna do him much good right now, but hey, he's the one who said Sean Strickland's name, and Sean Strickland's turning it down. I don't think Sean Strickland sees too much credit he can get off a win. It's honestly more of just higher risk than reward, but it would be a lot of good for his name, realistically, in my opinion, because over time, this one is gonna put him into that conversation of legend status. If he gets a win over Darren Till, if he gets a win over these names that are already gonna be talked about for a long time, then he will be talked about for a long time. This is how it works. If you beat, just like, I can't really think of a good example, but these Tito Ortizes and these Chael Sonnens, obviously they had their own controversies and were able to get their names talked about for a long time after. But think of the people who fought them, such as like a Randy Couture or something like that. I'm throwing out bad examples right now, to be honest, very bad examples, because I can't really give you a reason why these people fit. But Sean Strickland will get his name into those history books if he fights Darren Till. I know that for a fact because this fight will live on. If they have a funny press conference, it's going to live on forever. And if the press conference goes well, then the fight will go well, realistically, I assume. But with that being said, I really think that this one will be good. I thought about this one a long time ago. Right when I started seeing Sean Strickland emerge, I was saying I want to see him fight Darren Till. So I really hope this one goes through. And honestly, I don't see a reason why it shouldn't. So be on the lookout for that one. And with that being said, I appreciate you watching this. If you have watched it this far, hit that like button. I usually don't ask you guys to do that, but do it if you want to. If you enjoyed this, go hit that like button. If you enjoyed this, go hit that subscribe button. But definitely stay blessed and safe.